And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the heart of the Inland Empire, right here in sunny Southern California, it's Robert Cardoza Live, where we talk about politics, money, and you. This is the intersection of business and politics. And now here's your host, Robert Cardoza.
And welcome aboard. I am Robert Cardoza. You're listening to Robert Cardoza Live on the street at the intersection of business and politics. And boy, you know what? Here we are. It's Friday. I can't believe how fast the week's going by. And not only that, but boy, every day there's just a ton of news out there. It's unbelievable. We might as well get this show started and get it on the road. You know what? 3:01 p.m. Pacific time. Currently 69 degrees here in the heart of the Inland Empire in sunny Southern California. That's down from 71 on its way to 49 degrees. And we'll be giving you the weather on our globally syndicated network as the show progresses a little bit farther on today. Anyway, on today's show, we're going to be talking about what's in the news, new legislation, the IRS loses, and we'll continue our news segment, the tribute to the late, great Paul Harvey, and the rest of the story. Today's story, his biggest fan. Yeah, you're not going to want to miss that. And we'll be talking to John Matthews, Joe Hakos. We're going to be talking about conservative politics. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, so I'm sure we'll be on that thing. We do it every Monday and Friday here as a simulcast. And then David Garrett's going to be here talking about law on Garrett on the Law. We'll see what he's got prepared for us. That'll be an interesting thing. But right now, I want to talk to you about, I'll tell you what, the news, and we can't even possibly hit it all. We'll start off, though, with no repeal for Obamacare, a humiliating defeat for President Trump. You know, in a humiliating failure, President Donald Trump and GOP leaders pulled their bill to repeal Obamacare off the House floor today when it became clear that it would fail badly. After 7 years of nonstop railing against the law, Democrats said that Americans can breathe a sigh of relief. Trump said the current law was imploding and soon will explode. Thwarted by two factions of fellow Republicans from the center and the far right, House Speaker Paul Ryan said President Barack Obama's health care law, the GOP's number one target in the new Trump administration, will remain in place for the foreseeable future. It was a stunning defeat for the new president after he had demanded House Republicans delay no longer and vote on the legislation Friday, or today actually, and pass it or fail. His gamble failed. Instead, Trump, who campaigned as a master deal maker and claimed that he alone could fix the nation's health care problem, saw his ultimatum rejected by Republican lawmakers who made clear they answer to their own voters and not the president. He never said repeal and replace it in 64 days. A dejected but still combative Trump said at the White House, though he repeatedly shouted during the presidential campaign that it was going down on day one of his term. Well, the bill was withdrawn just minutes before House vote was to occur, and a lawmaker said there were no plans to revisit the issue. Republicans will try to move ahead on other agenda items, including overhauling the tax code, though the failure on the health bill can only make whatever comes next immeasurably harder. No question about it. Boy, we're in for let's just call it, we're in for a season, right? Well, here's the latest for you. McConnell is disappointed about the GOP health bill. McConnell would be, right? The latest on an effort in Congress to pass the Republican health care bill. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is offering little hope that a failed Republican health care bill can be revived anytime soon. The Kentucky Republican says in a statement that Obamacare is failing the American people and says that he appreciates the efforts of House Speaker Paul Ryan and President Donald Trump to keep a Republican promise to try to repeal and replace the health care law. McConnell says that he shares their disappointment that this effort came up short. GOP leaders pulled their repeal bill off the House floor today after it became clear that the measure would fail badly. It was a stunning defeat for a new president after he demanded a Friday vote on the legislation. Well, I guess that teaches you just don't demand, right? Not a chance. I think the president's finding out that he doesn't run the Congress and he doesn't run the Supreme Court. And he doesn't run the FBI, and he doesn't run the CIA or the NSA. The president runs the executive branch of government, and that's it. Well, Trump campaign chair offers to talk to the House panel on Russia. President Donald Trump's former campaign manager, a key figure in investigations into the Trump campaign ties to Russia, has volunteered to be interviewed by lawmakers as part of an increasingly partisan House probe of the Kremlin's alleged meddling in the 2016 election. The chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, Representative Devin Nunes, today announced the prospect of an interview with Paul Manafort. Nunes canceled a previously scheduled public hearing in which former Obama administration officials had agreed to testify about the Russia investigation. Manafort also volunteered to be interviewed by the Senate Intelligence Committee, which is conducting its own investigation. You know, it was not clear whether Manafort had offered to testify under oath or in a public hearing. You know, this is what a joke this whole thing is. As far as Nunes is concerned, his intelligence committee is dead in the water. He's already blown the confidentiality of all of that. I think that they need to have an independent investigation, and that's the only thing that can actually take place at this point, and that's for sure. Well, Trump okays the Keystone Pipeline, calling it a great day for jobs. President Donald Trump green-lighted the long-delayed Keystone XL pipeline today, declaring it a great day for American jobs and siding with energy advocates over environmental groups in a heated debate over climate change. The presidential permit comes nearly a decade after Calgary-based TransCanada applied to build the $8 billion pipeline, which will snake from Canada through the United States. Trump's State Department said that the project advances U.S. national interests in a complete reversal of the conclusion that President Barack Obama's administration reached less than a year and a half ago. Well, it's a great day for American jobs, an historic moment for North America and energy independence, Trump said, standing alongside TransCanada's CEO in the Oval Office. Keystone will reduce costs and reliance on foreign oil while creating thousands of jobs, he said, adding, it's going to be an incredible pipeline. Well, I'll tell you what, the interesting thing here is, you know, he said that they were going to only get a permit to build that pipeline if not only would it create American jobs doing it on the American side, but they'd have to use American-made steel. Well, I guess he's backed off that, and he's not even talking about it at this point. You know what? So he says it's a big win. Sounds to me like it's another accommodation that he's making. I don't see that really as a big win. You know, just, well, you know what? It depends on how you feel about the environment, I guess. Well, London attacker is cheerful, joking on the eve of the deadly rampage. Long before his short stints in jail turned into years behind bars, Khalid Massoud was known as Adrian Elms, with a reputation for drinking and an unpredictable temper. At least twice he was convicted of violent crimes, well before he stabbed a police officer to death Wednesday in London with a motion that one horrified witness described as playing a drum on the back of two knives. But as he checked out of his hotel to head toward London for his deadly rampage, the manager said that he was struck by his guest's friendly manner. Within hours, Massoud drove his rented SUV across the crowded Westminster Bridge, leaving a trail of dead and wounded. Then he jumped out and attacked Constable Keith Palmer, an officer guarding Parliament, stabbing him to death before being shot to death by police. In all, he killed 4 people and left more than 24 hospitalized. Well, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to give you some more news. Let's talk about Putin meets Le Pen and denies French election interference. We'll talk to you about that as soon as we come back from these brief messages. Don't go away. We've got a lot of great show for you.
If you want to increase your client base and sales, then consider this, the Relationship Building Network at RBN. Given the current economic conditions and challenges, we all need to work smarter, make smarter decisions, invest our hard-earned dollars where it'll yield the best return for our investment. Many business professionals claim that the most effective networking group in Orange County is RBN. No other networking group or organization can offer what RBN offers. Make every year your best year. Join RBN and start reaping the benefits today. You know, nearly 3,000 businesses have joined RBN and experienced those benefits. Why join RBN? It's one group. It's one membership. It's no renewals. It's all through Orange County. RBN is a freestyle networking group. No mandatory attendance, no restrictions, no rules, and no penalties. Call them at 949-830-5776 or go to their website at rbninfo.com. That's 949-830-5776. If you've ever dreamed of having your own business to make your life secure, you know Water's Edge Wineries might be just the ticket. In 2004, their founder, Ken Lineberger, created the first winery franchise in California. It was a new concept with all of the functionality of a traditional winery, but without the vineyards. They purchase high-quality grape must from one of the largest winemaking companies in the world. Then they craft each wine carefully and bottle it right at their location. The winery was built to satisfy consumer demand for wine by the bottle and by the glass, but still kept the element of allowing customers to bottle their own custom vintage. Now, they're opening urban wineries across the United States under the brand Water's Edge Wineries. If you've ever dreamed of owning your own winery, it may be in reach right now through Water's Edge Wineries. Just give them a call at 909-468-9463, extension 700. That's Water's Edge Wineries, 909-468-9463. Have you ever found yourself caught between a rock and a hard place? The law offices of Blomberg, Benson, and Garrett might be just the answer for you. The attorneys of Blomberg, Benson, and Garrett have been serving the Inland Empire since 1989. They're dedicated to the aggressive litigation of civil, criminal, and real estate matters. Over the years, they have recovered tens of millions of dollars for their clients. The firm's practice specializes in litigation of personal injury, accident, slip and fall, real estate, and criminal law cases. The firm provides clients with the care, accuracy, and dedication of experienced attorneys. Blomberg, Benson, and Garrett is located at 10300 4th Street, Suite 150 in Rancho Cucamonga, California. They've been providing the Inland Empire residents with outstanding legal services for over 25 years. They look forward to providing you with aggressive legal representation. Call them at 909-945-5000, where you can talk to a person, not a machine. That's 909-945-5000, the law offices of Blomberg, Benson, and Garrett. And now let's get back to our show where we talk about politics, money, and you.